Alright guys, just before we get into the video, I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Barbell Apparel. Not only do they have sick casual wear, but they also do really nice gym equipment. They've sent me a huge box full of stuff, so let's show you what we've got. I've got some running shorts for when we're going out on my quarantine runs. Also some really nice long trousers in all sorts of colours. Got another silver colour over here. Also got some hoodies. I'd highly recommend them. Go check them out. Also, if you use the code Blake48 at checkout, you'll get some discount there. But I really like these. These jeans are so comfortable, really stretchy. I feel like I could do squats in them. But yeah, just before I start the video, I just want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Barbell Apparel. Right guys, we're going to get straight on into the best core exercise for footballers. Now you see a lot of videos online on YouTube of people doing core exercises, a lot of just ab work, sit-ups, but for footballers you don't really need to be doing sit-ups, you know, it's not very beneficial. So these core exercises are all designed to be movements you would do in a game. So a lot of planks, a lot of side planks, sort of stuff on one leg. So very game realistic, which is the most important thing. So the first exercise is going to be straight on into the deep end, a really tough exercise. It's going to be in a plank position, and it's really important to engage the core, really lock in those ab muscles, and we're basically going to go opposite arm, opposite leg off the floor. So we're going to go like that, bit of a hold, back in, opposite arm, back in. Now this one is really good for stability in the shoulder, also the range of motion in the hamstring and also your hip. But what's most important in this exercise is when you lift your foot off the ground and your arm is to not twist. So the core muscles are there to keep your body stable and strong. So again, I'm on one foot and one leg, which a lot of the time in a game, you're very rarely stood on 2 feet. So this is a great exercise for footballers because it's sort of putting you off balance, but your core muscles are keeping you strong and keeping you locked and engaged in. So I'll show you one more time. So the second one, you're going to need a small weight. You can start off with body weight, but a weight definitely increases the difficulty of it. We're going to be in a side plank position, up on the arm, and this is about strength up in this side, in the obliques. And I'm basically going to start with the weight here, and I'm going to slowly control. Now in this position, I'm in a really vulnerable position. You know, if someone was to slightly touch me from behind, it'd be very difficult to stabilize. So that's why the weight adds more difficulty. But if I can do it slow and controlled, also look up to the sky to make it more difficult. But this is a fantastic exercise for, whoa, you see I'm pulling off balance there. It's a fantastic exercise for stability whilst being slightly off balance. And this relates to all positions, so whether you're a goalkeeper, whether you're a centre midfielder, striker, winger, you're all in vulnerable positions in a game where you're slightly off balance, and this is a great exercise for being off balance and trying to stabilise and remain strong. So the third one is going to be back into a plank position. We're going to do Spider-Man planks. You may have seen these ones before. I really like these ones because it also gives you the shoulder mobility, the core stabilisation, but then also the range of motion in the hip. So I'm going to get into a plank position. Once again, back always straight, keep the core locked in, engaged. And I'm basically just going to go from knee to elbow, and don't let the foot touch on the floor. So as I bring it up, I'm really focusing on tightening that core muscle and increasing the range of motion, so trying to go as far as possible. And then when I've done one side, switch to the other. This core exercise is also really great for sprinting, because when I'm in a sprinting position, I'm bringing that knee, I'm driving it really high. So if I can increase that range of motion in my hip, then there's more chance of being able to be explosive on the field. So not only a great core exercise for the abs, obliques, but also that range of motion in the hip is so important. So for fun, we're going to go back into a side plank, and once again focusing on that knee drive. So I'm in a side plank here, this time on my elbows. I'm up, and I'm basically going to be driving this knee up. Fantastic as well for engaging the opposite glute. So my left glute right now is absolutely on fire. Another variation of this one, which is even more difficult, is up, once again. This is another exercise where you're off balance. So on the side, I'm in a vulnerable position, and it's all about creating that stability and strength within the core to stabilize myself and be explosive in my movements. So the final core exercise for a footballer is going to be the plank walkout. This is a really good exercise, not only for the core in the back and the strength in the middle, but also flexing the calf and the ankle joint. So you'll see, I'm getting into a plank position. This time I can be on my elbows or I can be on my hands. I prefer elbows. And I'm going to start higher up in this position, engage the core, and I'm going to walk my toes outwards and back in 3 times each leg. So 1, 2, 3. Now in this position, I'm really trying to fire my core muscles to keep me stabilized. You can see I'm like shaking. Back in, 1, 2, 3. So, as you can see, all these exercises, I'm trying to make them game specific. I'm trying to make them football realistic. Like I said at the start of the video, there's no point in me doing 100 sit-ups if that's not going to benefit me in a game. So, all the movements I'm trying to do are isolating in particular muscle groups, and also really firing that core and back to keep me strong. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching the video. Please take that time to hit the subscribe button. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed it, and comment down below what you'd like to see on upcoming videos. I'll see you on the next one.